The rise of Gervonta "Tank" Davis was nothing short of cinematic. From the streets of Baltimore to the glimmering lights of Las Vegas, his story was one of raw power, redemption, and potential greatness. Trained under the protective wing of Floyd Mayweather, Tank became a knockout artist who filled arenas and stopped opponents with frightening precision. His connection to Mayweather Promotions turned him into not just a fighter, but a brand, a star who could headline pay-per-views and command attention from even casual fans. Yet, behind the glamour and success, there had always been whispers of volatility, of discipline issues, of a young fighter carrying the weight of fame faster than he could handle it. And this latest arrest seemed to confirm every fear Floyd Mayweather once had about the man he once called his protégé. As reports surfaced, fans were stunned to learn that the Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul Showdown, a matchup hyped as one of boxing's biggest crossover spectacles, was officially off. For months, social media had been on fire with trash talk, viral callouts, and promises of a knockout that would redefine combat sports entertainment. Jake Paul, the YouTuber turned boxer who made a career out of defying critics, was about to step into the ring with one of the most dangerous men in the sport. This was supposed to be the fight that blurred the line between spectacle and skill, a modern gladiator event. And just like that, it was gone. The fallout was immediate. Promoters scrambled, sponsors panicked, and fans demanded answers. Floyd Mayweather, however, remained silent for days, a silence that spoke louder than words. For someone known to voice his opinions without hesitation, this was unusual. People wondered if Mayweather was distancing himself from the chaos or preparing a statement that would once again put him in control of the narrative. Then, at a press event in Las Vegas, the cameras captured him speaking for the first time about the situation. His tone was calm but filled with disappointment, the kind that comes from seeing someone you once believed in lose control of their destiny. Floyd didn't attack or defend. Instead, he reflected, a rare moment of honesty from the boxing legend, known more for his bravado than his vulnerability. He spoke about discipline, about how talent without focus is a ticking time bomb. And though he didn't mention Davis by name at first, it became clear that this was his message to Tank. To many, Floyd's words cut deep because they carried truth. He had given Davis every tool to succeed: training facilities, promotion, financial management, and a blueprint for longevity. But Floyd also knew the dangers of fame too early, the distractions that come when the world praises you more than you deserve. Mayweather himself had walked a fine line between controversy and control throughout his career, but he had always stayed sharp when it mattered most. Davis, on the other hand, seemed to have lost that balance. Social media exploded. Fans began to speculate whether this marked the end of the Mayweather-Davis relationship for good. Some accused Floyd of abandoning his fighter, while others argued that he had already done enough and that Tank was responsible for his own downfall. The boxing world was divided, and the chaos only added to the spectacle surrounding the canceled fight. Meanwhile, Jake Paul wasted no time responding. In true showman fashion, he took to social media, posting videos mocking the situation and expressing frustration that his biggest payday had evaporated overnight. But beneath the sarcasm, there was a tone of disappointment. For all his antics, Jake knew the magnitude of the fight they had been building. He wanted to test himself against real fighters, and Davis was supposed to be that test. Behind closed doors, insiders revealed that Mayweather had been warning Davis for months. Reports suggested that Floyd had tried to intervene multiple times, urging Tank to stay focused, to keep his personal life under control, and to remember what was at stake. But fame can be intoxicating, and discipline can fade when the spotlight becomes too bright. Floyd's warning had come true in the most painful way possible, right when Davis was poised to cement himself as a crossover megastar. In the aftermath, Mayweather's comments became more direct. He spoke about responsibility, about how fighters today crave fame without understanding the sacrifice it demands. He reminded young boxers that talent alone is never enough. It's the habits outside the ring that define how long a career lasts. Floyd, who had built an empire on precision and self-control, seemed to be sending a message to every fighter who looked up to him. Don't make the same mistakes that destroy greatness before it fully forms. As for Davis, his future remains uncertain. The cancellation of the Jake Paul fight was more than just a lost paycheck. It was a setback that could derail everything he had worked for. Sponsors may hesitate, Promoters may back off and public opinion may shift. In a sport built on perception as much as performance, reputation is currency. And right now, Tank's reputation is on the line. Mayweather, however, didn't entirely close the door on his former protégé. He expressed hope that Davis could bounce back, but he made it clear that redemption starts with accountability. For Floyd, who built his career on controlling every detail of his brand, watching someone he mentored spiral out of control must have been painful. But he also knew that in boxing, as in life, no one can save you but yourself. The Gervonta Davis story is now at a crossroads. Will this be the moment that defines his downfall, or the one that ignites his comeback? The talent is still there. The power, the charisma, the potential all remain untouched. But unless he learns to control the chaos around him, the sport that made him a star could just as easily consume him. As the boxing world watches this drama unfold, one thing is certain: Floyd Mayweather's words will echo long after the headlines fade. For a man who once represented everything Tank aspired to be, his silence turned to warning, and his warning became prophecy. So what do you think? Has Gervonta Davis thrown away his chance at greatness, or can he pull off one of the most remarkable comebacks in boxing history? Should Floyd step back in and guide him once more, or is this the end of an era between mentor and student? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the world of sports where legends rise, fall, and sometimes find their way back.